I don't think you choose to play bass. I think the instrument chooses you.
Hello, my name is Lea Brands and I'm from Germany. I'm studying in the first year electric bass here at the Conservatorium Maastricht. When I play e-bass or whatever, also when I play piano or double bass, I feel kind of free and I'm happy and I love interacting with people on the stage and having fun. This is great by playing music. Oh, I really like the lessons for double bass with Jo Didderen, but also the piano lessons. We have piano lessons. I played piano before, but the piano teacher is quite nice and he also knows what he does. Therefore, I really learned a lot about playing the jazz piano and voicings and stuff that I didn't know before. So this is great.
My name is Alexander Berner. I'm a bass player from Cologne, Germany, playing mainly electric bass, also a little bit of upright bass. If you look at the relation between students and masters or teachers, I mean, actually we don't see it that way here. It's much more like everybody's a musician, and also the students, I mean, they do an audition, so they can play already. They know about music already, and they have some background that I don't have, and I have some information that they don't have. What is interesting, I'm a little bit into African music. In Africa, the bass player in the band is regarded totally different than in the rest of the world. It's like the big master of the band, because it has the connection to all the elements of music, the rhythm, the groove, melody. So it pretty much combines everything else and holds it together. That's what I like about it.
My name's John Goldsby. I teach double bass at the Maastricht Conservatory. I try and make the students aware of the history of jazz and the jazz tradition, especially the jazz bass tradition. Some of my favorite bass players were active in the 20s and 30s, and those bass players fulfill the same functions that bass players today work on, providing a fundament or a foundation for the ensemble, outlining the harmony, outlining the harmonic movement, and playing with a steady groove. So I try to get my students excited about that, and eventually that seeps into their own playing and their own performances if they have a deeper understanding of the jazz tradition. Well, I think at the Maastricht Conservatory we have a really broad range of teaching expertise. I'm very traditionally oriented. My colleagues are maybe more modern, I would say. They focus on more modern styles, but together we make a good team, and students can they can glean a world of information from all of the teachers here.
My name is Jo Didderen. I'm a double bass player, and I teach side subject double bass to the bass guitar players, and BTS, ATS, that's basic teaching skills, advanced teaching skills to all the bass players at the Conservatorium Maastricht. Maastricht is a good place, a good city to work in, to study in, to play your music in, of course with the normal difficulties you have as a jazz musician all over the world. But the city has lots of opportunities to play your music. It has lots of bars, small clubs, small theaters, bigger theaters, and it's in a really international region. The Belgian border is nearby, with the cities like Hasselt, Liège, even Brussels, German cities like Aachen, Köln. So we have a pretty good region to work and play our music. BTS, ATS are basic teaching skills, advanced teaching skills. I think it's really good to have a course like that within the curriculum because it's always good to be able to teach. It's good for your own development. When you teach, you have to think about how you yourself studied certain stuff to be able to explain it to students. So it's good for your own development. Let's be honest, it's also good to make money. You know, if you're able to teach and music schools or other conservatories want to have you as a teacher, it's always good to have a certain financial independency, and then it's more easy to play the music you really want without having to do too much commercial stuff that you really don't like. You also need to go out and meet other musicians, meet other people, and get your music out in the world. And like I said, at the same time, study and go to school like a good student.
My name is Matthias Akeo-Nowak. I'm from Cologne, Germany, and I'm a double bass teacher here at Conservatorium Maastricht. My teaching philosophy, I think it's more of an exchange of ideas, exchange of knowledge, exchange of experience. Being a performing artist or performing player, bass player, goes very well with teaching, since I always have to find solutions for new music that gets offered to me that I have to learn. And so these skills I'm very happy to share with my students. I think it's mostly an exchange, but also a guided exchange in terms of sharing my experience. In the first 2 years we focus on the repertoire, on the function of the bass in music, like a general function, the bass history of course. And in the second half of the studies, in the third and fourth year, it's more about the personality of the student. It's more about composing your own music, learning to perform it with others, and so we can see a very nice development in artistically and on the double bass. I think the beauty of the bass, even if it's restricted to 4 strings only, it has a very strong harmonic function in terms of the note choices that you make on the fundament, and also a very rhythmic function to lock in with the drums, to play a counterpoint, also a rhythmical counterpoint, and I think that's a very beautiful way to communicate in the rhythm section as a bass player.
Hello, my name is Manuel. I'm 21 years old and I come from Spain. And I'm studying my 3rd year jazz double bass at Conservatorium Maastricht. I actually started as a guitar player, but I fell in love with double bass not so long ago, and I decided to study it because it's really a beautiful instrument that really talks to me. So it's something that touches me in a really deep level, and therefore I decided to pursue the studies for this. I was looking for a place to study in English first, somewhere that was international, somewhere outside of my home country, because I wanted to travel, and Maastricht was definitely a good choice for this, because it's really a big school, and it's a really nice school where there's a lot of people from different places, and it was a really good way of getting out of my comfort zone and to discover new places, and yeah.
1, 2.
So I study with Matthias Novak and with John Goldsby, and I'm really actually happy with the way they approach the instrument and the way we get to learn from it, because we have a lot of freedom at the time of learning, but they also make a lot of effort that we learn the basics and the tradition, and give us also a lot of space for creativity and to find our own voice. So it's a good mix between hard work and space for freedom. Something that I would say to new students that come to Maastricht and to people that are thinking to come here, I think it's a really good school to start studying. It's a really good school to meet new people, to meet people from all over the world. If you're looking for a place where you can develop as a musician, where you can find different influences within the students and the teachers, I think it's a really good spot to start and to look for creativity and a new space. I think if you come to Maastricht, I would just tell you to be yourself, to be open to people, and to try to enjoy as much as possible all the moments that you have, to try to go to all the jam sessions that you can and all the concerts, and to try to really get involved in the school community and in the city, because there's a lot of things to be learned here, and I think it's good to take that opportunity.